Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Friday. Congratulations, y'all made it. It is the 21st of July. It is Friday, July 21st, as I've already said once before. I'm your host, Captain Bourne. This is the 10-minute sports report. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite kind of cookie is. So let me know in the comments what your favorite kind of cookie is. Don't forget to go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcast. And let's just jump right into it. The Women's World Cup is underway in Australia, both good and bad. They've already played 2 games today. Switzerland beat the Philippines 2-0, and Spain beat Costa Rica by a final score of 3-0. The U.S. women take on Vietnam tonight at 9 p.m. on Fox, so make sure you check that out. Here's the deal, and here's the thing about checking out games. The Women's World Cup's kind of getting screwed over because of them playing in Australia. That's a 12-hour time difference, 14-hour time difference, something like that. All the games are in the morning. Tomorrow, there's a game at 3 a.m. on, 5:30 a.m. on, and 8 a.m. And that's it for the day. 3 games, 3 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and 8 a.m. That's it. So they're kind of getting screwed over a little bit. The final is on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. in the morning. Whoever planned this should be immediately fired. Whoever planned this should definitely be canceled for sexism, because this would not happen if this was the men. All I can say is the first game probably should have started at 8 a.m. and then it probably should have gone 8 a.m., 10:30, and 12:30. Yes, you're playing into the wee hours of the morning, but do you want to be seen on TV? Or do you want a normal schedule? So, and the women have fought for equal pay because they're more successful than the men team. They've fought, sexism and just overall a decline in viewership. Well, this is why. When your final game of the World Cup final is on at 6:30 in the morning, come on. FIFA's got to be better. But the U.S. or the women in general have to understand that this is also why their ratings are so low, because you're on at 3 in the morning. No one's going to watch you at 3 in the morning. I mean, it's Zimbabwe and Japan, so maybe those people will probably be awake because it's closer to their time zone, but still, America's not going to watch. America barely watches soccer as it is. You think they're going to watch women's soccer at 3 in the morning? Heck no. Let's take a look at the lowest salary teams in baseball. The Baltimore last night kicked off a doozy of a series between 2 of the lowest salary teams in baseball, and they are both vying for some of the best records in all of baseball. The Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays kicked off it's kind of a mini 2-game stand, or it's a 3-game stand, excuse me. So the Baltimore Orioles beat the LA Dodgers 8-5, and then last night in extra innings beat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-3. They are on a 2-game winning streak. They're now 18 games above 500 and sit in sole place in first in the AL East. That wasn't English, so I do apologize for that. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Rays, if you didn't, put 2 and 2 together, the Tampa Bay Rays on the other side, they're kind of experiencing a little bit of a slump themselves. I left you and they were on a 4-game losing streak. Well, it just got pushed to 5 with that loss to Baltimore last night. They did get swept by Texas 3-2, 5-3, 5-1. and they're on a 5-game losing streak. So the best team in baseball for the first half, the Tampa Bay Rays, now all of a sudden find themselves in second place on a 5-game losing streak. So 2 of the best team in baseball in the AL East. The other one that we're covering is in the NL Central. Speaking of that NL Central, the Cincinnati Reds, after a 6-game losing streak in which I last left you, they lost 11-10 versus the Giants. They beat the Giants then 3-2, 5-1. So they got a 2-game winning streak. However, the Milwaukee Brewers also have a 2-game winning streak. So the Reds still sit 2.5 games back of the Brewers for first place in the NL Central. Everyone else in that division is like the next closest team would be the Chicago Cubs, and they sit 8.5 games back. Just a quick look on the standings in general. So your leaders are the Orioles in the American League East, the Twins in the Central, and the Rangers in the AL West. Over to the NL, the Braves 62-33. That is the best record in all of baseball. They sit 10.5 games ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies. The Milwaukee Brewers lead the Reds, as aforementioned, by 2.5 games. And then the Dodgers, one of the highest salary teams in baseball, finally picking up the pace here, lead the Arizona Diamondbacks by 2 games in the NL West. Just a quick check on the wild card standings. So now it's the Rays leading the wild card, followed by the Blue Jays and the Astros. The Red Sox have now fallen 3 complete games back of that final wild card spot. They are on a 2-game losing streak after starting off the month of July 9-2. The National League wild card is led by a couple of NL West teams in the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco 49ers. Wow. San Francisco Giants at 54 and 43 apiece. They both are 1.5 game ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins, who are tied for that 3rd wild card spot. So if that were to happen, the Phillies and the Marlins would play, and the winner of that game then would play the team with the worst record who won their division, which right now would probably be the NL Central winner in the Brewers. Just a little quick NFL news. Dalvin Cook is in some trouble. So he's a free agent, and the minute he kind of started this whole running back situation in which I talked to you guys about the other day and how the NFL is kind of devaluing running backs. Well, he was released by the Minnesota Vikings after over 1,000+ yard season last year and fantastic overall. He was in some domestic violence situation, maybe this offseason or at the end of last season, and it has come out that his lawyer has offered that person who is accusing him of this $1 million, basically hush money, to plead not guilty and drop, or not plead not guilty, but to drop all of the charges. So he is in hot water, and now it kind of makes sense why the Vikings, who have a very short Super Bowl window with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, would release him. Maybe they knew something that everyone else didn't. And that'll do it for this rendition of the Fourth and One of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Go check out an all-new episode of the Fourth and One podcast. We break down the Big Ten. Admiral, you like that, actually picks the winners and losers on the year and makes a couple of blazing hot takes surrounding Ohio State and Northwestern. So go check out that episode. Up everywhere you get your podcasts. Until Monday, have a great and safe weekend. Wash your hands, you filthy animal. God bless you all, and peace out.